Hi dear students, in this video I'll be explaining the first 10 MCQs of the topic experimental design from the online resource Save My Exams. So let's start it. In this video I'll be also explaining and clarifying that how can we approach to the correct answer and giving the justification for selecting that answer. So let's start it. In the first question, they have given us a setup where fractional distillation can occur, and they're asking us that in this assembly of the apparatus, where should the bulb of the thermometer be placed? When we study the topic fractional distillation and study the assembling of the apparatus, we know and we have studied that the bulb of the thermometer should be very close to the mouth of the condenser, where the condenser been attached with the fractionating column. So bravo is the correct answer. In question number 2, they have given us a graph where two curves have been shown and a reaction is given. The question is, which alteration to the original experimental condition will produce the curve 2? Let me first explain these two curves. We know that more slopier the curve is, the slower the reaction is. The more steeper the curve is, the faster the reaction is. And here the level of the curve explains that the product of the reaction showing by the curve 2 is more as compared to the product of the reaction, the amount of the volume or the volume of the oxygen, the gas being produced in experiment 1 or shown by the curve 1 is less as compared to the curve 2. So focusing on this explanation, we know that, let me read the question for you. Which alteration to the original experimental condition will produce the curve 2? We know that in curve 2, the amount of the product or the volume of the gas produced is more as compared to 1, but the reaction of shown by the curve 2 is slower. So just focusing at the amount of the product produced is more, so that means more reactant has been added. So alpha is going to be the correct answer. Because lowering the temperature will slow down the reactions. Of course, that can be showing by the curve is shown by the curve 2, but not increasing the amount of the product. Using the catalyst or changing the catalyst can only speed up the reaction, but does not affect the amount of the product. So delta, Charlie and delta cannot. In question number 3, the titration has been done. We know that the apparatus being used for the titration is burette in titration flask, but the person is using the titration flask again. So asking us that which is the best procedure for rinsing the flask. We know that when we are doing the acid-base titration, rinsing the flask, follow the procedure that we should rinse it with the tap water and the distilled water. So following these instructions, the bravo can be the correct answer. Question number 4, they have given us a reaction of carbonate with the acid and carbon dioxide and water is produced and salt, which is calcium chloride. Which additional piece of apparatus can be used? In this apparatus, when the measuring balance is used, then the clock should be used along with this that can measure the change in the mass when the reaction starts and ends. So clock can be used as additional apparatus to find out the rate of the question number 5 has given us a set of 4 apparatuses, and the reaction is between sodium sulfide with an acid, varies with the time, and the reaction proceeds and produces gaseous sulfur dioxide. Which apparatus is not suitable? We know that sulfur dioxide is very much soluble in water because we know it causes the acid rain. So, if it is soluble in water, of course, bravo cannot be used. And in apparatus, the rest of the apparatus are perfect for calculating or collecting this gas or calculating the rate of reaction where sulfur dioxide is produced. So, bravo is the correct answer. Question number 6, they have again given us a graph and a curve, and they are asking which apparatus was used to measure the variables shown on the graph. Volume and time are the variables, or the y and the x-axis respectively. So to measure the volume, we are using gas syringe, and to measure the time, we are using stopwatch. So Charlie is the correct answer. In question number 7, they have given us a graph and asking us that during which time interval is the reaction fastest. From the rate of reaction, we know that as the reaction starts, it is the fastest. As it proceeds, it slows down and then gradually it stops. So, just knowing this information, we know that the reaction is fastest in the first few minutes. So, alpha is the frequency. Question number 8 has given us the 4 apparatuses. And the question is, hydrogen chloride is very soluble in water, whereas chlorine is only slightly soluble. So both gases can be dried using the concentrated sulfuric acid. Which diagram represents the correct method of obtaining the pure dry sample of chlorine from the damp chlorine containing a small amount of hydrogen chloride? We know that hydrogen chloride is very much soluble in water. So first we will allow this mixture to pass through the water. So where is that apparatus? Where the first container is containing water. Bravo and delta. So we are ignoring alpha and Charlie. So first this mixture should be passed from water and then it should be passed from concentrated sulfuric acid. Now we know that the correct position of the containers are there in both the options, but what is the position? What should be the position of delivery tubes? The delivery tube should be dipped into the water as well as into the sulfuric acid. So bravo is the correct option, where the delivery tubes which are carrying the mixture and taking the moist chlorine through the second container are the positions correct in the bravo option. Question number 9, they have given us a setup of apparatus where the reaction has taken place to obtain carbon monoxide. The asked question is, what is the main purpose of Y? The main purpose of Y is, as we know through the bubbling, that carbon monoxide is insoluble in water. So what is the purpose of Y? And the heat is being given from here. So purpose of Y is stop the sucking back of the water from the water trough into this tube. So to prevent the water being sucked back to the hot carbon. So the basic purpose of Y is just not directly connecting this water trough delivery tube to this reaction. So the correct answer is bravo. In question number 10, the oxidation of ethanol is being done to ethanoic acid by setting up the apparatus. So they are asking us the purpose of condenser. We know that condenser is used to condense the vapors back into liquid. So using this information, bravo is the correct answer because it says to prevent any ethanol from escaping. So just looking at the application of or the use of condenser, we can approach to the correct answer that the purpose of condenser is to prevent any ethanol from escape. Right? So that is the end of the video. If you want to contact me for the online classes, my number is in the description section. And if you want the explanation of any topic or any other folder, so please write in the comment section. It's open for you. Thank you so much. Catch you in the next video. God bless you.